to Mental Health Policy, an article published by CQ researcher and written by Barbara Mantle in 2013, an estimated 58 million American adults, or 1 in 4, suffer from a diagnosable mental disorder. The presence of mental illnesses in the world today is staggering, yet many people still don't acknowledge it like they should. Mental illness is a topic that I have been studying for years, and it affects everyone. If you don't have a mental illness, chances are that you know someone who does. First, I'm going to tell you about the prevalence of mental illness in the world today. Then, I'm going to explain to you the ways that society can improve on this issue. And last, I'll explain how you can help. To start, I'll cover the basics of mental illness. Mental illness is a serious issue in our society today. In a 2012 article titled, "Mental Illness is Prevalent in America," published by Greenhaven Press and edited by Romanus Fejo, they say that the estimated cost of untreated mental illness in America is $100 billion. Additionally, people with mental illnesses can face homelessness, incarceration, substance abuse, and suicide. So many people struggle with mental illness, which often comes with very serious consequences, such as taking their own lives. 9 out of 10 people who commit suicide have a diagnosable mental illness. There are many resources that could help the mentally ill, but many people can't afford treatment or have no idea how to get help. For several reasons, it takes an average of 10 years for a person with a mental illness to get help. According to a 2012 article by the McCreary County Record titled "Mental Health Awareness," 2/3 of the people with a mental or addiction disorder go without treatment, often due to inability to access care or to stigma. There are a few ways to combat these problems in mental health today. One way to go about changing mental health is through the government, and the other way is through changing the ideas we have about mental health as a society. There's an act called the Excellence in Mental Health Act. It would designate more government money to mental health centers and would set new standards of care. Senator Debbie Stabenow estimated that it would allow community health centers to treat an additional 1.5 million people a year. While this act would be a great improvement for mental health, there is something more immediate that we can do to help. That is, stopping the stigma about mental illness. Stigma is a harmful thing, as it can make people feel isolated and like they can't reach out for help. We need to start an honest conversation about mental illness and get educated about what people are going through. By erasing the stigma, more people will feel like they can ask for help. As an individual, fighting the stigma is one of the most important things that you can do. I encourage you to educate yourself about mental illness, and I want you to realize that several people you know probably have mental illnesses. I hope that you will support better health care for mental illness, and even more than that, I hope that you will get educated about getting your mentally ill loved ones help. With more people getting help for their mental illness, mental health would improve immensely. Statistics say that up to 90% of people being treated recover. That would mean a better quality of life for many people, and for some, it would mean the difference between life and death. These are necessary steps for better health for the mentally ill. First, I told you about mental illness and how it affects people. Then I told you about ways that society can improve the mental health system. And last, I told you about what you can do to help. Mental illness is so prevalent in our society today, and it's time for us to make a change. Thank you.